I'm Jenny Helms, licensed clinical marriage and family therapist, and in today's Therapy Thursday, we are going to talk about 5 different ways that you can take care of yourself after the elections. So for many of us, this election has been incredibly stressful and anxiety-provoking. Regardless of what side you are on, or even if you're moderate, smack dab in the middle, there has been a lot of stress and anxiety in all parties combined. Due to all of this stress and anxiety, it's extra important that we take care of ourselves, not only during the election, but after the election. There will be a lot of folks who are grieving, a lot of folks that are distraught, a lot of folks that even if, their candidate is elected, still feel a sense of dis-ease and might even feel dis-ease with their relationships with people that didn't vote the same way. So number 1, it'll be very important that we set boundaries, not only with other people, but also with ourselves. So as far as setting boundaries with other people, it'll be important that if we disagree with other people, or if we are excited about the results or really sad about the results, that we put the appropriate boundaries in place where we only share those emotions in certain ways with emotionally safe people. Unfortunately, not everybody is able to hold space for our beliefs, and if they are not able to hold space for that or be a safe person with disagreement, then I'd recommend that you not share your beliefs with them, or at least don't share it with the intention of hoping that they'll understand or agree. The other boundary that's really important to set, and this is going to be different person to person, but if you know that watching social media or the news or different updates during the election stresses you out or just gets your brain turning, then you may want to limit your exposure to social media, the news, and instead of following it hour by hour, just limit yourself to a certain amount of minutes per day and really honor that. It's okay if you're different than other people, that, for some people they can watch the news and it doesn't impact them at all. And then for other people, it genuinely creates anxiety and stress. And it's important that we honor that part of us that feels anxiety and stress in response to the news or social media. The other thing that's really important if we're feeling really stressed is don't forget to do your normal rituals of self-care. Now that might look different person to person, but if you normally work out, if you normally do things that are fun like watching comedies or, going and spending time with animals or taking walks outside, make sure that you are still doing those activities that bring joy and care and recovery into your life. Physically, it may also be very important if you're really struggling with stress and anxiety during this period or after the elections, that you engage in some sort of activity, physical activity. Now, it doesn't have to be exercise. It's not meant to be aesthetic focused, but just getting out and moving your body has been proven to help decrease rates of anxiety and depression. It also may be important to make sure that you are not eating or drinking beverages that make those things worse. So for instance, alcohol can contribute to depression. Having excess caffeine can contribute to excess anxiety, like coffee, even though I would like to not admit that, even for myself. So just be mindful of what we're putting into our bodies as well, and biochemically setting ourselves up for success. And lastly, honor the fact that you or other people may be grieving during this period. And I don't think people often think about grief and loss after elections, but there is going to be a lot of grief and loss, and you may need to process that with a professional. There is no shame in that. Take a day off after the elections if you're feeling a lot of grief, or it doesn't hurt to go see a therapist and process your emotions, since you know that they'll be an emotionally safe person to process these emotions with, and they can help you process grief, loss, and anything that's coming up for you after the elections. What do you do for self-care during the elections or during times of political stress? I'd love to hear your feedback. Please leave it in the comments below. And if you have a specific topic that you'd like for me to cover, I'd love to connect with you via DM or the comments. So just let us know and we will put that into consideration for future videos.